This is a video for a Honda CR-V. It's a 2-litre ES petrol manual car. The car's covered 68,000 miles. Is fitted with a number of options. These include these lovely upgraded alloy wheels, big side steps on the car, and it's got this fantastic metallic paint finish. On days like today, it's got a kind of a lovely bronzy effect and dark, but looks rich and absolutely beautiful in the car. In the cloudier days, it looks as black as you like. Also fitted with the rear spoiler, which really does add kind of a sense of occasion to the car. It really just finishes the car off in terms of, you know, the stance of the vehicle. It just looks absolutely superb. But what I'll do, I'm just going to go around the car for you, just bit by bit, and pick up on any kind of you know, light marks or otherwise on the car. So I'll start on the off side of the vehicle. It's got a headlamp there, completely intact, no cracks otherwise, as is the fog lamp there. Front bumper on this side, you can't see any marks on there. There's going to be a, you know, minor little stone chip here and there, but they are few and far between. Front tyre, it's got plenty of tread on it, and the front alloy is in very, very good condition. It really is. Coming down the panel work here, just looking for any little marks. The only one I can see on this panel, got a tiny little dimple dent there with a little mark, which I said that may well just polish out, but just to point out it is on there. But the rest of the panel work looks really, really crisp and clean. Rear alloy, again, very, very good indeed, and the tyre is excellent as well. But just to show you how crisp that panel is, it does look really nice. Come around the back of the car here, again, very, very, very clean and tidy. And near side of the vehicle, it's, you know, it's pretty much mirror smooth down the side here. Can't really see any indentations there at all. Rear wings very, very clean. Rear tyre, again, plenty of tread on it, and the alloy again, very, very good. It really is a beautiful looking car. There's a little mark just on the wing mirror there. Probably could just do with again a little touch in on there. But exterior wise, the car looks absolutely fantastic. It really does, and is in very, very good condition. Coming into the boot area, got quite an enormous boot on these CR-Vs, and just to show everything is intact here. So you've got rear parcel shelf, you've got the little centre shelf there as well, and underneath. But basically the plastics in this car is in absolutely super condition. A lot of these CR-Vs come to us, or the ones which we go and look up but then, you know, generally walk away from, they are used for family use and can be a bit battered about, but that is in really top condition. Coming to the back of the car now, we've got the near side rear door card, again very, very good indeed. Even all of the painted bits here, very good. Rear seats in fabulous condition. It really just doesn't look like anyone's been sat on the car. So it's not always given on these. Huge amount of rear leg room. Full set of obviously Honda overmats fitted to the vehicle, and offside door card, absolutely superb. It really does need to be seen to be appreciated. Come to the front now, driver's door card, again generally very good. Just a couple of little ring marks, you know, just, I mean, they're really light, so don't worry about them. Again, door handle's very good, just tiny bits of wear, which obviously the main handle is always going to get. Sill area, absolutely superb. Driver's seat, again really top condition, it really is. And then coming across, the passenger seat just looks like new basically. It really is fabulous order in here. Okay, so I'm inside the car now. The engine is running on the vehicle, as it has been all the way through. Just to quickly pan down, just to show you, got the full owner's manual pack and the full original Honda locking wheel, and that's set there as well. But the whole interior is in absolutely superb condition. It really is. ES model, so you've got these lovely big clear radio CD, dual zone climate control, and the air conditioning is blowing out lovely cold air. It's a warm day today, and that's really, really lovely. 6-speed box, and all the controls are in really lovely condition there. Coming across here, we've got obviously the multifunction steering wheel, that all works absolutely perfectly. Got audio controls top left, on the left, and cruise control on the right. Coming up to the dashboard here, you can see that no warning lights, obviously just apart from the fuel light on there. And we've got 68,249 miles. This video was actually done after the video that comes after it, funny enough, it's just the way it works. But those are the miles on the car currently. But it is in lovely condition, very, very well kept car. Just to press a button there, you've got auto folding wing mirrors, and they work absolutely perfectly on the car. This is a road test video for a Honda CR-V. This is a 2-litre ES manual car. Car's registered VA57NLD. Mileage at the start of this brief road test is 68,211 miles. Basically, the reason for the road test now and the video is basically we're now selling to people from pretty much all over the near continent and the extremes of the UK. And we just want people to know that if they're going to be making a trip to us, you know, whether it be 5 minutes up the road or 3 days across Europe, then you can know or rest assured that the car you're coming to come and see, hopefully, drives as it should, or if there's anything I need to inform you of, then I can let you know about it prior to coming to see us. What I try and do on the videos is essentially to mimic what you'll do yourself when you come and drive the car, and then that's to go through and order kind of the mechanical stuff for you, and then just the general kind of feel of the car as it drives on the road. Always starting with the engine. So we've got the 2-litre VTEC Honda petrol engine in the car. This particular example starts absolutely on the button. Very smooth, very quiet at idle, very even idle as well. Pulls really, really nicely through the rev range of the car, which I'll sort of show more of in a second. There's no warning lights on the dashboard at all. The only light there is just the low fuel light currently on the vehicle. These engines, as you may be aware, they're actually chain driven, so there's no cam belts, so no scheduled cam belt change. And they've also got a reputation for unbelievable reliability and longevity. I mean, they last every bit as long as the diesel engines, if not slightly longer. And because there's no turbochargers and anything else, you've got very little to worry about on them. But as an example of one, it's very, very quiet, very smooth. But it actually has, when you put your foot down, it has quite a kind of nice sporty, kind of rorty sort of snarl to the engine, which I love on the car. But it's a wonderful engine, absolutely wonderful. And this particular one, as I said, it drives really, really nicely. The engine then drives through obviously clutch and transmission. The clutch on the car bites exactly the right point of the clutch pedal. It's it's more towards the top than the bottom. They show their wear normally on these when they're sort of right at the bottom of the pedal. The clutch actuates perfectly. There's no discernible change in engine note when the clutch is in or out. The bite is absolutely perfect. And the clutch pedal itself is very smooth. There's no squeaks, dry squeaks or clicks from the mechanism at all on there. Gearbox on the car, you've obviously got a 6-speed gearbox on the Hondas on this age. It's a nice high mounted gear lever up here, and it, as with all these Honda gearboxes, it's absolutely brilliant. They managed to achieve a really mechanical feel. It feels as though it's going straight into the gearbox, whereas obviously it's cables going to the box. And Honda do this so well. It's just such an easy gear change. It's got a nice meatiness about it. It's not vague, it's not wishy-washy, and it engages. I'm just doing this for demonstration really. I don't need to be changing gear. And it's tight, absolutely as tight as the day it was produced. It's in wonderful condition there. Worth pointing out, the gear gator on here is absolutely superb as well, because that was might be a little bit of wear. I can just feel outside there, because they are prone to wear. People sort of hold their hands down quite low on the gear levers and they kind of wear them out down there, especially if you've got rings on. But that's all in very good order actually. Brakes on the car, absolutely spot on. Touch the brake pedal now and it's right at the top of the pedal. There's not a hint of distortion on the discs, you know, and that would manifest itself in kind of a vibration or sort of you know, you can feel it pulsing to the brake pedal, but hit the brake pedal and it's a good pedal on the car. As I'm driving at speed, listening out for kind of any strange noises, notably kind of wind noises, which you may get if any cars develops kind of a perish seal on a window or an ill-fitting door. But it's very quiet, it's very smooth, very refined in here, so there's nothing to concern yourself with in that in any way, shape or form. Steering on the car, it's remarkably good on the CRVs. They've got a really nicely set up chassis, and it's not like some four-wheel drives where you drive them and they can feel vague and a little bit kind of wandery. These are, you know, borderline, as you know, they're almost as good as any saloon car, you know, mounted much lower down. It's a very nice power steering setup, and this one I can't feel even a hint of wear in the steering. And I'm looking again for little things like just a little bit of looseness in the steering, where maybe it's got a little bit of play in a sort of a ball joint or a track rod end or something like that. And again, just can't feel it a thing. It's wonderfully tight. Likewise, the chassis of the car, suspension's going about its business. You can hear it go over a bump in the normal way, but there's no secondary thumps or bangs or otherwise coming from underneath the car. And again, that would point to things like sort of drop anti-roll bar, little drop links having a little bit of wear, but there's nothing on the car. It's in fine order. I'm just going to swing around now because that's you know, kind of the halfway point in effect. So in terms of kind of the drive of the car, there really is nothing that I can see that would, you know, should perturb anybody. It's in really lovely order. We can put my foot down now, and that's 7,000 revs in a SUV. It really is. It's a wonderful engine, very, very smooth. Other things, you know, coming inside the car here, looking around the dashboard itself, I mean, it's been kept really, really nicely. The fact is, CRVs are predominantly bought for family use, and unfortunately that means that the little urchins can quite often, you know, treat them as little play dens, so you can see quite a bit of damage in them. You know, they're built beautifully, but you know, so they can't withstand, you know, 3-year-old tantrums, yanking at things and stuffing sweets down the side of stuff. But this has been kept really nicely, so all the plastics here are in really nice order. What I love about the Hondas, the switch gear, every button you press, it's just got that lovely, beautifully damped feel to it. It's just a really, really well-made car. You know, they've got a dead simple radio, beautifully simple climate control system, which is dual zone, so it's side to side if you so wish. And on here we've got, you know, the multifunction steering wheel, and it all just works really, really nicely. So you've got audio top left, cruise control, so just press cruise button there, activates the system, press the set button, and that's working absolutely perfectly. So if I want to speed up, just hold it. If I want to slow it down, so if you get the speed just slightly wrong. If I wanted to overtake something but maintain my speed, I just accelerate now, and then back off, and it goes back to the preset position. But if I dip the clutch or brake pedal or hit cancel or cruise, it turns itself off. So I've just dipped the clutch there and it's turned the system off. So that all works absolutely beautifully. But it's really, really lovely order. Dashboard, all the gauges working absolutely perfectly. Classic Honda dashboard, really lovely, big, bold, simple, easy to see gauges there. Temperature gauge is exactly where you'd expect it to be, about a third of the way up the gauge there, and that's absolutely spot on for these cars. You should probably know that it is a four-wheel drive car, albeit for 99.9% of the time, you know, for most normal people, it's going to run in two-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, which is exactly what you want. That basically minimises fuel losses. It cuts out a huge amount of tyre wear where that permanent four-wheel drive systems operate, and obviously clearly diminishes the amount of mechanical wear that the car's subjected to. And it's brilliant. We've never ever had a problem. The only time you'll ever use it, if you're towing or you're going across, you know, a sort of muddy field at a school fete or something, then it will automatically kick in the rear wheel drive if it needs to, and that's as simple as that, and it disengages it straight away. And as I said, we've sold hundreds of them and not had one problem. It's a very good system. So just on our way back now, just to quickly point out, the junction of the motorway I'm coming up to now is junction 14 of the M5. This is where our new site is. All these roads around here which I've just been on, this is actually rush hour, believe it or not. So you come to a lovely quiet location, you know, which is beautifully positioned just off the motorway. So if you were going to be coming northbound up the M5 from the Bristol area, otherwise you'd be coming up from the slip road on my right hand side and turning right across the traffic in front of me. Obviously if you're coming southbound, you'll be coming up from my left hand side in a second and turning left. So I mean, it really is, it's a wonderful place to find. It takes literally less than a minute to get up to us. So if you're southbound, you'll be coming off the slip road just down to the left and then just up this road, and then we're literally half a mile on the right hand side. It's as simple as that. If you're using a sat nav and the postcode, for some bizarre reason we're finding that some people's sat navs are telling them to turn in a few hundred yards a bit too early. So just be prepared. If you see a big Victorian wall on the right hand side, don't try and drive through it. Just wait a couple hundred yards and you'll see the entrance to the Tortworth Business Park. But it's I know it's a cloudy, misty day, but it's a wonderful environment up here, very tranquil. But any road test you have, if you're interested in the car, will be on sort of nice, quiet, stress-free roads, and that's exactly why we moved to this area, this district. But yeah, so your sat nav may tell you to turn right here, but hang on a second and then just turn right at the brow of the hill, and you'll see a cafe sign on the right hand side, and just past it you'll see the entrance to the Tortworth Business Park, which is just here. So anyway, I hope the video has been of help to you. If there's anything I missed on the video, then obviously please do phone us. But what I can do, you can be rest assured that from my driving the car, I can find no issues with the vehicle. It drives absolutely beautifully.